Alright, what is up, YouTube and Cordia? We're going to be doing the first place deck profile from our Speed Duel tournament. And ironically, our friend has never played Speed Duel format in his life. So that's pretty interesting. He's like, yeah, I hate Speed Duel format so much. But came over earlier in the week, he was like, I need a deck to play. And I'm like, well, I hear you. I got you covered. I was going to actually give him Blue Eyes that we could run around with. And then our other friend was like, oh, I also want to go. So we gave him Dragon Caller. And unfortunately, he pretty much scrubbed out. Who knew? When 75% of everybody in attendance is playing Amazons, it's going to be a rough time for the players. So I spent some time talking to Justin Abshire earlier in the week from the group. He sent me his Amazon list, told me a few things, told me a little bit of the meta, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna give this a shot. We're gonna see if we can be successful with this. So this is a pseudo copy of the main deck that I used. I'll talk about the side deck changes between my deck and my friend's list. Also, drawing multiple village really sucks. I know. So I'm like 50-50 on this because there's been an argument by a couple people about wanting to play 2 village, but I want to draw village. So I understand that bricking is a natural part of the game, but like, you know, there's only so much brick you want to do. So your skill card is actually Destiny Draw. I did think about wanting to play the Millennium Eye, and I know there's still an argument for wanting to play the Millennium Eye from a couple of people, but Destiny Draw, 2,000 or more next draw phase. Search your deck for any one card that you need. There's no real like blowout cards in this current format, which is kind of nice. I get how they're trying to do this at the moment, but I'm going to be honest, there needs to be more. You just can't have the format be Blue Eyes and Amazons, the decks, because like there's just too much craziness going on in the format. So yeah, Destiny Draw is the skill to play for this deck. Now, this card beats Blue Eyes, no matter what you do. I do like the amount of people that have analyzed this format, though, because granted, like, Skull Servant's a good deck, Relinquished is a good deck, Tunes are terrible, and you got Amazons and Blue Eyes. I mean, Relinquished should be better than it actually is, but, like, it struggles. So this card right here is the reason why you beat Blue Eyes as a matchup. This card says any battle damage that you take from battle involving this card is dealt to your opponent instead. So you get to play tricky cards like Half Shut to punish your opponent's Blue Eyes when they run into this. Now sometimes your opponent's just going to open up the literal nuts against you, and there's nothing that you can do about that, because, you know, Flute plus Lord of D plus 2 bricks in hand is unfortunately game against you, but triple copies of her. Now, I don't know if it's a meme with this card or not, but I did like paying 1,500 to take a Blue Eyes out of my opponent's hand, which in theory I understand that paying 1,500 to do something like that is a little bit dumb, but leaving my opponent with 1 less power card that they can unload on me is pretty good. Also, if you can ram this and take something like, oh man, take their Lord of D away from them, like, it's actually really good. But 1,500 is a lot in Speed Duel. I mean, don't get me wrong, the skill is really powerful for the most part, but I don't know. I think for the most part, she's a good card. I think she's better than some of the other Amazon support we got, but hell, a fucking 1,500 that I can ping myself for 1,500 and rip from my opponent's hand. I mean, I like resource management, so there's that. And then 3 copies of this card. So having to attack with her and get spot removal is actually really fucking good. She's actually not as big as I actually want her to be in some games. Oddly enough, she has the weakest of the attack points of your 3 Amazons that you're main decking. But, you know, for the most part, 1,400, I believe 1,600 with the field spell isn't terrible. But, I mean, everybody floats anyway, so it's not like it really matters. So there's that. Alright, spell cards. We play 3 Secret Village. Now, one thing I do want to point out about this deck is we play 22 cards, and I don't ever want to draw multiples of this. I had one game where I hard drew 3 of this, and I actually just cried myself to sleep. It really sucked. And my friend didn't have that issue either. When he ended up winning the event, he never hard drew this at all. But I will say, for the most part, this does add to the brick aspect, but this is a card that you want to draw. In a situation where you don't draw this card, it's not that it's detrimental or anything, but like it's just a shitty situation. I really don't want to be in a shitty situation 95% of the game. So there's that. We also play triple copies of Heirloom. This is one of the best cards that you have in your deck. I do think, for what this card grants to Amazons, that once protection in battle and the ability for the attacking monster to sweep over anything that it deems as a problem is absolutely amazing. I see no qualms or wants to change this. I do think that 3 is also mandatory. Now, this is the spice. So if your locals is more Amazon driven, then stay away from this card. If you are more dragon heavy, then this is the card for you. So quick play, you can target one face of monster on the field. It cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, and its attack is halved until the end of this turn. So your opponent declares an attack on your Amazoness Swordswoman. You activate Half Shut, target the Amazoness Swordswoman. You punish them for making a large attack on another monster, and you've also protected your monster for the turn. This card is nuts. I am actually amazed that they gave this to us in such a fashion, especially when I was opening up my booster packs for this set, getting ready to play some Speed Duel format. I was absolutely, for a common and how cheap this card is, like, it's such a blowout against the dragon matchup. Like, dragons can't actually handle that. Now, traps. 3 Windstorm of Antiqua. I don't know when we're going to get more copies of when we're going to get Econ or anything like that. This card is dumb, honestly. The fact that this is chainable, the fact that I get a full board switch, the fact that this is non-targeting is all absolutely amazing. Like, this is MVP in a lot of your terrible matchups. So, and then 2 copies of Kunai with chain. Nothing too noticeable to change with that. I do think that this is pretty spot on for what you want to be doing. Like I said, the deck's 22 cards. I didn't run into any real problems with it playing the same main. Alright, so my friend's side deck here. So we had 3 copies of the Wild Tornado, specifically for the Amazon matchup, just to kind of make sure that you have a better chance against large back row. Which, I mean, okay, so in your Amazon matchup, like, back row removal is really good, especially if they slam their guy into this and then you're able to kill their monster back. Like, you get so much value out of this. So there's that. We also play the other copy of Half Shut. Once again, you're going to board this into your dragon matchup and your life is going to be easier. And then we had one more Kunai with chain just to kind of assert more dominance in certain matchups. So that is the winning list for my friend. Now, the main decks are the same across my list and his. My extra deck, it's not like you're ever going to be able to make these, but I mean, we were always flexing out here. I always said we always bring an extra deck for what we're trying to do. And the only big changes here were the side. We played 2 Tornado instead of 3. We played 1 copy of Half Shut, and we played 2 copies of Secret Boat. We actually only have 2 of this at the moment, so there's not much we can do about that. Actually, we have 3 now. Because my friend wanted to play Relinquished originally. I was like, okay, cool. We can make this happen, and we only had 2 Kribos, and then off of entry we got our 3rd, but we had both already built Amazons. So, you know, it's not bad, but this is the side deck that you want to be playing, because Justin was very, very, very strict with me on his reasoning across all of this, and I liked it all. But this is just your power hand trap. Like, the fact that this exists is so dumb. Like, it's such a powerful card. Dragon matchup, Amazon matchup. I mean, you have 5 cards to work with. You know, adjust pick appropriately. And like I said, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. So that is the Amazon deck profile that won our Yu-Gi-Oh! Day. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these decks. And, well, congratulations to everybody else that played Speed Duel format. Alright guys, I'm out. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.